Good day, students. I am teacher Kim and I will be your instructor for today. Before we begin the lesson this morning, let us ask the guidance of Almighty God and let us enlighten our mind to completely understand the lesson this morning. So may I request Miss Kendall to lead us the opening prayer. Thank you, Miss Kendall. So students, how's your day? Is it good so far? That's good to know. Does it mean that I can expect all of your active participation? Is that an agreement? Okay, let's take a look first if everyone is here. Is everybody present today? Okay, good. Thank you. So everyone is present. That's good. But before we begin our class, I want to remind you with our virtual class rules. So first, keep your cameras on. Second, set your microphone mute. Third, raise the hand button if you want to recite. And lastly, listen carefully to Teacher Kim. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, very good. Can you tell me, students, what day is it today? What? Tuesday. Very good. Today is Tuesday. So thank God, no, it's Tuesday, like a brand new day for us to be alive and to be thankful for our blessings, right? So now, students, before anything else, I want you to share one thing you are most grateful for today. Write your answers in the chat box. Thank you for your responses, no? So it is important to surround ourselves with positive energy and to be grateful for everything, right? Regardless of how difficult life can be at times. So before we proceed to the topic in this morning, no, let's take a look at first this short video clip lang naman for you to have a understanding or insights about the SMAR model. So tingnan muna natin ang video na ito. Okay? Is that clear, students? Okay, very good.
Okay, we all know that using technology in school can help students learn. But how could our teachers reflect on how effectively they're using technology?
Well, that's what this model is for, the SMAR model. It's kind of like a Bloom's taxonomy for educators.
It was created by this guy, Dr. Ruben Puentedora, who believes that using technology allows us to think differently and perform new tasks.
After all, if we have today's technology, then why teach like we did 20 years ago?
There's 4 different levels and 2 different sections in SMAR.
Let's take a look at the first level, substitution.
This is where the technology used acts as a direct substitute. Let's take the task of persuasive essay writing. I could write an essay by hand, or I could type an essay using the basic features of a word processing program.
The task is the same and there's no functional change. The technology is being used as a substitute.
Lots of teachers start out at this level, but don't worry, because substitution is not a bad thing.
Even the best teachers visit this level from time to time.
The next level is called augmentation. This is where the task is still the same, but the tech allows for some sort of functional improvement. So instead of writing our persuasive essay on paper, we could use a program like Google Docs.
With this software, the task is still the same, but the unique features of a collaborative document provide some functional improvement.
In both these levels, the technology is used to simply enhance a lesson. This technology may make tasks more efficient, but it's not likely to make a big difference in future outcomes. Most learning takes place above the line, and it starts with modification.
Here, the technology is used to provide a significant task redesign.
So instead of simply writing an essay, a student could publish a WordPress blog using text, embedded videos, pictures, and other web links to convey their argument. The audience is no longer just the teacher either.
It's the entire world.
People from anywhere with an internet connection could review or comment on their writing, allowing for deeper analysis.
The final level and the ultimate goal of technology integration is redefinition.
Here, the technology allows for the creation of new tasks that were previously inconceivable. Instead of writing that essay, students could now create and publish a digital storytelling project to argue their writing with multimedia.
Plus, just like the blog, through publishing this movie to the world, it allows for other people to comment and analyze their message.
So the heart of the assignment is still the same, but the technology allows them to engage in a new, more involved task that's otherwise not possible.
At these levels, learning is transformed through the use of technology. When we are more engaged and involved, significant improvements in learning are more likely to take place.
Different people have different ideas about SMAR. Some think that SMAR is like a ladder that you climb. You start at substitution and work your way up to redefinition.
Others think each level is like a swimming pool that you swim in or visit from time to time throughout the school year, and that's okay.
Because no matter the interpretation, the real power of the framework is that it promotes reflective teaching in the classroom. What you do, why you do it, and how it helps learning.
By thinking about the different levels, teachers can focus on designing digital learning experiences that will help improve student outcomes.
See, the thing about SMAR is this. It's not the type of tech tool that defines the level. It's how the individual teacher uses it in their lesson.
So whether you're substituting or redefining learning,
remember the ultimate outcome for integrating technology should be simple: maximizing student success. Want more information on SMAR? Check out these links.
Without further ado, let us begin our discussion for this morning. So our topic is about SMAR model. So we are in Module 3, Lesson 2 na no. Napakabilis ng ating discussion dahil nasa Module 3 na tayo. So sisimulan na natin. Objectives. So this lesson aims to use SMAR model of technology integration in designing instructional activities with an expectation that the students are able to: first, discuss the SMAR model in the use and design of technology-driven learning lessons. Second, explain the different concepts and levels of the SMAR model of technology integration using samples of a typical classroom and provide applications of the SMAR model of technology in learning to the usual classroom scenarios. So, what is SMAR model? Anyone? Do you have any idea or insights about SMAR model? Okay, very good. So, SMAR model is a technology integration developed by Dr. Ruben Puentedura. So, in this model, no, technology integration is categorized into 4 different degrees: substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Okay, students, in this lesson, no, you will be able to learn how technology will be integrated by considering its role in the SMAR model. The SMAR model or SAMR model is a conceptual framework for educators to categorize and analyze the effectiveness of technology on students' learning and uncover ways to use technology to transform the learning process in ways that traditional methods simply cannot. So, do you understand, students? Very good. The first layer of the SMAR model is the substitution. So, substitution is at the base layer of the SMAR model, no? So, this is where technology acts as a direct replacement for traditional methods. So, a good example of this, student, would be a plain text writing program on a computer. So, that simple program, no, acts as a substitution for pen and paper with minimal enhancements to students' learning and little to no function changes. The second stage of SMAR model is augmentation. So students, augmentation is when technology starts to enhance the students' learning experience, adding previously unavailable features and functions. So carrying on from the example above, we move on from a plain text editor to Microsoft Word, right? So this brings in the ability to format text with different fonts, sizes, add headers, bolding, images, and much more. So as you can see, no, this additional technology layer has augmented the original document, adding improvements to the pen and paper model. The third stage of the SMAR model is the modification. So students, here in modification is where technology begins to transform the way a student learns in ways that simply aren't possible with traditional methods. So let's take Google Docs as an example. So previously with Microsoft Word, we gained the ability to enhance the formatting of the original text, right? So now, with Google Docs, we have a newly added layer that can transform the writing process collaboration. So with this additional layer of functionality, students can now create, collaborate, and communicate throughout a task. So students can add feedback, suggest edits, even work on a document simultaneously, so allowing for significant task redesigning. Redefinition. The redefinition is the final layer or final stage of the SAMR model. The redefinition process involves technology completely transforming the learning process in previously unimagined or impossible ways. So for example, we can use technology to augment our original document into audiobooks, videos, ebooks, comic strip, etc. So all in collaboration with individuals anywhere in the world, completely transforming the learning process. So students, is that clear? Naintindihan niyo ba? Okay, very good, thank you. So ngayon naman ay may ibibigay akong mga examples upang mas maintindihan ninyo ang ibig sabihin ng SMAR model at upang magamit ninyo ito sa future uses ninyo. Okay, students, now that you know what the SMAR or SAMR model is, let's take a closer look at some examples of this framework in practice. So example 1, applying the SMAR model to an interactive display. So in original task, group discussion using a traditional whiteboard. Okay, students, in substitution, the simplest and most primitive use of an interactive display uses it as a visual representation of a whiteboard. So the interactive display acts solely as a visual aid to render simple text to the classroom. In augmentation naman, using an interactive display, teachers can switch between screens to various class-related resources instantly in real time. So here in augmentation, an interactive display can allow for a whole new level of inclusion and contribution within a classroom. So with the ability to share screens, students can provide answers to the class as a whole. Likewise, the teacher can display student screen to the class for examination too. Lastly, in redefinition, students can collaborate on real-time projects together alongside their teacher, enhancing the creative process and giving rapid feedback throughout. Students, that would be all for this lesson. No? If you have any questions or clarifications, just ask me na lang. Do you have any questions regarding to the SAMR model, regarding to our topic? Anyone? Do you have any clarifications? So, wala. So, kung wala na kayong mga katanungan, I hope na meron kayong natutunan sa discussion natin ngayong araw. At kung meron man kayong mga klarifikasyon at nahihiya lang kayong magtanong sa akin ngayon, pwede nyo akong i-message upang maipaintindi or upang matugunan ko ang inyong mga klarifikasyon, no? Students, maraming salamat sa inyong pagdalo sa ating klase ngayong araw. Manatili kayong ligtas at magkita-kita muli tayo sa ating susunod na klase. Alam sa inyo at magandang araw.